All right, and welcome to Cubfidential, the NLCS and ALCS 2024 edition. We got the games going on right now. Well, one of them going on right now. Currently in the bottom of the first, Dodgers Mets are tied at 0. But I am Denzel Snipes. JB is out tonight, and got somebody who hadn't been on here in a while to talk some playoff baseball. Give it up for your boy, Jacob Christner. Glad to see you back, man.
After all the stuff I've dealt with tonight, I need a few minutes.
Hey, I hear you, absolutely. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get right into it real quick. Actually, hang on, let me do something real fast. And okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get into it real quick. So in the American League Championship Series, the Yankees defeated the Guardians last night 6-3 in Game 2. The Yankees lead the series 2-0. Judge's seventh inning 2-run blast so sealed the deal for the game. So, in your opinion, do you think the Yankees will sweep the Guardians?
Oh, the Guardians could get one. They could get one, but it's just completely amazing. We were both thinking the same stuff last night. Just as we're thinking we're going to be having another A-Rod thing with Judge, he pulls that.
Yeah.
And then, no, Judge actually pulls an A-Rod, mind you. He pulls an A-Rod by coming out of the blue with a home run. Like A-Rod did about that World Series year.
He did. He did.
So the biggest thing about this is the thing about Judge. It just like any other star, sometimes you just need that time, just one click.
Yeah.
Just that one click. Sometimes you take it a while. Remember, your brain gets a little thing. It's the tightest part of the world. It's like,
that's true.
Like, here's the deal. Sometimes we'll go to a football reference for a second. Tim Tebow didn't get nervous in the fourth quarter of anything because his religion, his beliefs.
Right.
And then the world that he's seen, there's nothing precious about football. Well, that's not everybody in sports.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just have to get that one click, and you never know.
Yep, absolutely. Just like you said, just as the comparisons to A-Rod were going to come through, he bangs out a home run, and it was much needed. One could argue that the postseason has been more about Soto than Judge, but that's probably somebody who's going to win AL MVP, But with that being said, I mean, the Guardians just look overmatched. I mean, like just when you think that they were kind of closing the gap, out of nowhere, here comes Judge, and then he seals it. They had one more run last night, but then that was it. They took 2 in New York City like they were supposed to.
Absolutely. And the thing is, and the Guardians could take one. I mean, they're a good team. I actually thought Detroit was going to make their run. I really did. So, I mean, I literally said like Philadelphia and Detroit or something. Not even close.
No, wasn't close at all. But we'll move on to our National League Championship Series. By the way, everyone, we are coming to you live on the Sideline Sports Network. So follow us on Twitter, X. I just got my Twitter back up and running. So thanks to that, I'll be back on there live. I had something that happened, and I got locked out for like the last probably 3 months, but I got it back up and running. But Sideline Sports on X, Sideline Sports on YouTube, and on Facebook as well. Hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell for all updates and new episodes. Let's move on along to the National League Championship Series. So we mentioned tonight, okay, games going on right now. Series is tied at 1-1. Now, I said this, and I say this with any playoff series like this, okay? When you are the Mets, you have to steal one in LA, okay? You have to steal one in LA. First game, kind of had a feeling like, all right, LA might take this one. LA crushed them. All right, cool. But then the Mets, less than 24 hours later, they take game 2. Now we've got 3 in New York City before it heads back to LA, if it gets there. But what are your thoughts about this series so far?
Well, I'll tell you this. I have a sports and a professional aspect to this. I'm glad for the Mets in that case. Okay. Just because they're playing really hard. They're reminding me a little bit of a better version of the Cardinals that won it in 06 at 83 wins.
Right.
They're reminding me of that. Just they're putting that thing on. Now, to a personal note, I hope they lose because I don't want Frank the Tank to ever have any happiness from Barstool. I don't want him having any. He is an emotional nitwit. I see that word all the time. He's an emotional nitwit. He needs meds. They did, and then the Portnoy exploits him for the hits. They're idiots. They're idiots. And it's like, and I absolutely positively, and it's like, this is what I call emotional nitwit. It's the fact that they are this far. This is a guy that couldn't ever have a possibility of thinking, something, this was a hell of a run. But wait, let's build and get better. No, he will scream, holler. He'll throw a bat somewhere. He'll kick his chair over. He'll get all that stuff for people laughing in front of him. And then and all that kind of stuff and everything. And it'll be exploited for millions of views because Portnoy's an idiot.
And but this is what captures the people's attention out there, is acting like it. And I get it, at the end of the day, a whole lot of this is just live clickbait and such. But
well, this is not going to be a political show. I'm just going to say this. I'm just going to make this a political reference for a second. These idiots that want that clickbait are the same ones that are mad that Trump makes it.
Right.
They're the ones that emphasize that he made it. They're the ones that are the reasons he make it, because he lives off of emotion.
He does.
And we don't get they don't ever get this hint that if they use their heads, he wouldn't be there.
Yeah, but also at the same time, it's them, because it's like whenever people do stuff like that, the people literally collectively turn to the subject and they say, "Why are you making me pay attention to you again?"
Right. Well, so just saying, you're right. And so just saying that Mets, as far as the team, good luck. As far as the personal aspect, I mean, when they're gone, when the Dodgers take them out, I'm going to say when the Dodgers take him out, Don, it's going to be on Facebook, YouTube. It's going to be him breaking walls and screaming and turning red and having aneurysms. And that's the problem.
No, right on. I agree with you on that one. Well, me personally, except I'm hoping the Mets win because I hate the Dodgers. But anyway,
no dog in the fighting true thing. It's like either way. I mean, the Mets are a good team, so you can never tell.
Right, absolutely. Well, so question for you on this one. Who for the Dodgers had been the bigger impact this postseason? Shohei Ohtani or Teoscar Hernandez?
I'm going to say Teoscar because I believe he's had a more consistent thing. Shohei's a little bit struggling right now.
Yeah.
A little bit. But see, that again, you got to remember that this is his first playoff series win. He never was in a playoff.
The lights may be a little bit too bright for him. Had Shohei Ohtani has had slow play. Had this have been the Angels in the postseason, they would have been eliminated. Shohei is lucky he has a team around him.
Well, here's the thing about Shohei. Think about this for a second. Nobody with a brain in their head can say he's getting overpaid. No one can really say the thing because guess what? He has that contract. It's all deferred.
That's true.
It's all deferred. 90% of it's deferred. He's basically getting middle-class money for major leagues.
Right.
So he's going to earn it. So basically, he is zero part of a cap. Not a cap. You get my point. It's baseball. But yeah, he's zero part of the budget. 0%, practically 0% in comparison to so many, just because he gets all deferred later and he gets to do it when he retires.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about that a long time ago on Pundits Pundit. Excellent strategy on his part, but yeah, it helps whenever you have a Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Max Muncy, and everybody, to put up a little run support so the guys on the mound got nothing to worry about. They hung 9 on the or at least they hung at least 6 or 7 on the Padres for the last 2 games of that series.
Yeah, and if I was going to wish for the Dodgers, it's just because I like Freddie Freeman. He's been here in Atlanta. I mean, Freddie's a good guy. I'd like to see him get another one. But either way, though, no, it's a good series. I mean, it's a good playoffs either way.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's see. Next one coming up here, and that is on a scale of 1 to 10. Oh. How clutch has Francisco Lindor been this postseason?
24. I mean, that dude. I mean, really. I mean, it's just. I mean, how many times do you 6-3 to 6-6 or 5-3? 5-4. 2
and
rounds.
It's late.
What?
And it's late in the game.
And I mean, it's like, and see, you brought up Soto earlier and everything like that. You talk about we're going to see an interesting offseason.
Yeah.
We're going to see an interesting but no, Lindor, I'll say 34 even. I mean, it's amazing. It's like if they make the World Series, the thing is, he's not changing. He's not suffering. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
He's not
absolutely. I
suffering.
mean,
They're not suffering things. So it's like, even if he was struggling in the World Series, everybody's going to remember those, and they're going to. He might still pull it off.
yeah. I mean, as far as going back to the Shohei Ohtani, think the lights may be a little bit too bright for him, being that it's his first postseason. That's okay. It happens to many players. But with that being said, again, you're lucky to have a Freeman, a Betts, and a Max Muncy and Teoscar Hernandez to kind of back you up, right?
Yeah. Oh,
But
no,
Francisco, he's the man on this team.
absolutely he is. But it's like, see, this is the thing about sports now, of any type in the world. I mean, of anything. There isn't any one. And we're calling basketball even. Remember, we talked about this. It's like, we're not even saying this. You got to have everybody now. Mind you, a LeBron James, a Patrick Mahomes, all of them, they're the ones you put on the camera. We'll even say Caleb Williams. Let's just be fun. Let's like get out for a second there. But it's
Nicest thing you ever said about Caleb, but go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and that's the truth. But the
evolution.
Yeah, we need to do that song next.
Yeah.
but the evolution. No,
yeah.
But it's like, but the thing about it is, when you have it, they're the face. But remember, Andy Reid's been a genius for 25 years. We're using a football reference. He's been a genius 25 years, and it took him having Mahomes to win it. And it's like, guess what? That's everybody ever in every sport ever. You got to have your backup. They couldn't do it alone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's fair to say, speaking of Andy Reid, whenever a quarterback left Andy Reid, they pretty much weren't the same. I mean, Alex Smith had decent times in Washington, but McNabb wasn't the same.
Right.
So sometimes, it's that manager. Just last night, I'm seeing Dusty Baker, on the screen. It's easy to say he won with AJ Lynch's team. I get that, but he did bring Jordan in, and put him on the right. So there's that also, and
Dusty had years of having to get this. It finally flipped. And if he would go back to managing, I don't think he's going to anymore. But if he would go back to managing, it'd be easier for him.
Yeah.
Once he hit the World Series, it would be. Because remember, the Cubs won their World Series in 2016, and Chris Bryant slipped his foot, and it was a 6-6 first baseman that saved it.
Yeah.
And it's like, otherwise, that's the Cubs again.
Yeah, and you know what? And the Cubs for back-to-back seasons finished with 83 wins. But if Dusty was heading the team in 2024, they win 95 in the division. Easy.
Oh, what made
that roster?
That roster, here's the thing. Dusty just knows. Dusty just knows what he's doing with people. I mean, how many 90-win seasons does he have? I think he has 2 100-win seasons. It's like, I mean, baseball's still the players, but he just knows the psychology so well.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, lastly, it's going to be our cover dud. Mets Dodgers. Going to go 7 games, regardless of who wins the pennant. Cover dud.
I'm going to say dud. I'm going to go 6 for the Dodgers.
You're going to 6 for the Dodgers?
Yeah.
I'm going to say dud. I'll go 6 Mets.
Okay. That's fine. It's like, I'm going to see 6 Dodgers, and then the night that we see 6 Dodgers, we're going to see Portnoy putting Frank the Tank all over the screen, and him getting aneurysms, and putting a ball bat inside of and everything, even though they made it this far.
Right.
And he'll do this, and he does it with the Dolphins, and he does it all this kind of stuff like that, because Portnoy's a billionaire, but he's still an idiot. And it's the clicks, and it's like, and we can't ever get any time where intelligence can get clicks, because we have to keep seeing this crap.
Exactly. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sticking with us. Shout out to Jacob Christner for coming in and saving the day. Great to have you back, even if it's for one night only. But the door's always open, to come and get the spot back.
Yeah, no problem there. Yeah, this our buddy is just lucky it wasn't me tonight. He didn't have to face me tonight.
Nick, if you're watching, just saying, we got about a week left of Cubfidential, so it ain't too late. But next week's episode will be the World Series Series edition. And then following that, we'll have the World Series recap, of course, the final episode of the season. But until then, I am Denzel Snipes. That is the pundit himself, Jacob Christner. This way. Yep, this way. And thank you all. We will see you next week. And y'all be easy.